Stop scrolling through those expensive retail sites. Now we all know the pain of needing a fresh kit, but seeing those crazy high prices. Well, there's a smarter way to support your team. Welcome to okjersey.com. The quality speaks for itself. Look at the detail on these designs, whether it's the latest from Man United or a classic Chelsea kit. You can get any jersey in every size you need, and yes, you can fully customize it with your name, your number, or your favorite legends' details, from the Premier League to La Liga to Serie A. If you're looking for it, it's here, and it's always for the best price. Ready to save big? Head to okjersey.com now and use code NAF at checkout. That's code NAF to score an extra 8% off your entire order. Cheers.
No, we said how we feel. I don't think like you, my nigga. I don't think like you. You're being offensive, Jimmy. I don't think like you. So just come and say. Yeah, we know that. That's the problem. You lot all don't think like me. You don't. That's why I've been fucking thinking. That's why we haven't won a fucking domestic trophy in 8 years. I came humble, but you want to shout? I'll shout too, bro. We don't have to do this today, Jimmy. You lot are sinking the fucking club. VD, you got 30k followers and you're tweeting shit about the lap being the same. A nigga on YouTube is sinking the club. Bro, you sound fucking stupid. You look, this is the problem. Here's the thing I don't get. Here's the thing I don't get.
Yes, people, make sure you smash the likes. Hey, Chelsea Civil War is special, I must say. It is quite special. It might be going into his AFTV era if it continues at that anyways. But people, smash the like, super important. So if you're watching back, you know what it does for any video, any channel, any live video. It doesn't matter even if it's a pre-record. Smashing the likes is super important. We got man like Javon on the panel. Yeah. Repping Chelsea. Doesn't run away ever. Not like we're talking Chelsea today. We got, unless Jay wants to. That's up to him. We got Jay and then obviously Monts. Bit of a four-way panel for once. You know, with one of the old graphics because I ain't got the minerals for the new one. So it is what it is. But we're going to be talking about Xabi Alonso, you know, Slot. There's big news around that, allegedly. City silencing Madrid. City. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to do that for you today. City silencing Madrid at the Bernabéu and Arsenal on fire. Wait, Madueke's goal was incredible. Incredible. Now, I don't know if you can do that more, but boy, he done that under pressure as well, you know. You're mute, Mons. You're mute. He done that under pressure.
Nelly's one wasn't too bad either, to be fair.
Oi, top bins. Top bins. I think all the goals were quite good. Even like, imagine Madueke in our lifetime getting a goal via header.
Who crossed the ball for his goal? Was that Martinelli? That was a brilliant cross.
Zubimendi.
That was a
crazy cross.
That's his left foot as well. His left foot.
What did you say? He's done that at Chelsea?
Yeah, he's gotten headers and he's scored early.
I've never seen him. Like, I look at the guy and I feel like, I don't ever want to get the headband dirty. Can't dirty the headband. Don't do that.
He's still a goal, quote unquote, still a goal off Trevor Chalobah with that header. So yeah, he done it before.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, there's someone that wants to ask a question. But anyways, regardless of all that, where do you guys want to start? I know where I would want to start, but I want to know where you guys want to start. Should we start with Arsenal, Madrid, or should we talk about Xabi?
Do we think, like, how long do you think the segment will be on City, Real Madrid? Do you think it'll be a short segment that we can breeze past and then constant? Because it's one of those where if we talk about Liverpool,
it's kind of linked, but it's linked with the Liverpool kind of stuff as well.
I guess they're linked. Maybe cover Real Madrid and then transition into Liverpool.
Go for it. You not got the power today. Okay, I'm letting you lot do your thing.
Lovely. I watched the Madrid game actually. Madrid City game. I thought Madrid were good for like the first 20 minutes, but then they kind of reminded me a bit of what City looked like last season. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit like you can see that they're good. They've got good players, but they're just technically not doing it at the moment. I mean,
Not
from
decisive
my point,
enough. Not decisive.
yeah, but this is also like some of the players are not like, to me, if you look at Real Madrid's players versus other teams, how good are some of these players? Like, if you take away the Real Madrid stigma, I know obviously some, but how good are some of these players? Like, I don't know if. Like, obviously Rodrigo scored yesterday, great finish. But I mean,
in like 30 odd games or something.
Yeah,
like,
first goal. That was a crazy finish, though. That finish was crazy, though.
So I mean, like, so when you look at the overall team and stuff like that, how good are this Real Madrid team? Individual players wise, do you see them? Like, if you put Real Madrid's players up against Arsenal's players, do you think Arsenal have better players? Categorically.
No.
I think individually,
very least
Madrid. I don't know if you agree, Javon, innit? But individually, Madrid have probably the best players. Like if you say, "Oh, Camavinga versus that player, Vinny versus that player," and whatever. But as a team collectively, Arsenal are more dominant. Simple as that. They're way more dominant.
And it comes down to coaching. Listen, I watch. So I started out this whole thing watching all football. So I have a specific team that I watch in each league, and for La Liga, it will be Real Madrid. Alonso doesn't have the best man management, and that affects how certain players play. Because at a club like Madrid, you have to have it all: the tactics, the man management, and be able to put your arm around the player to get the best out of him. I don't think if you go player for player in certain positions, Arsenal are either clear or at least level. But at the other side, you have players like you have players at Madrid like Asensio. You have players at Madrid that are not even elite because of the defensive deficiencies they have in terms of players getting injured, right? So because let me do a one-to-one comparison. If I'm going at Madrid right now, one of the first players I'm thinking is Valverde, and that's a player that they use as a Swiss Army knife now. But his best position is playing in midfield on that right hand side, not necessarily a right winger, but playing in the midfield on that right hand side. He's a shot power in him. He can carry the ball. He's very physical, and he's just a really good player, right? I'm taking Rodrigo. Rodrigo hasn't played. I know Rodrigo was on a poor spell thus far, but that's down to Alonso. Alonso doesn't use him week in, week out, and the minute he stepped through the door. Alonso said, "Listen, you're a left winger. I'm going to use you as a left winger, and rotation with Vinny Jr." Right? On the right hand side, he's been using. I can't pronounce his name. That Argentinian youth.
Oh, Mastantuano.
Mastuano. Yeah.
Until he got injured.
Yeah, and until he got injured, or Brian Diaz on the right hand side.
With what you're saying, like this, the Mastuanos, the Gulas, I don't rate them them like other people.
Sorry, you're here. Don't worry.
Even Valverde, he's a very.
Can you repeat that? He took you off stream for a minute.
Yeah. I'm saying if I look at Valverde, I'm like, is he a player that's impact in central midfield gets increased because he doesn't get to play there as often? As in, do we rate him higher as a central midfielder because he doesn't constantly play in central midfield? And if he did play in central midfield, would we rate him a little bit lower?
So my ratings for Valverde. Why am I stuttering? My ratings for Valverde came from when he used to consistently play in the midfield under Ancelotti. Right, because when he was there, he was a beast. We're talking Champions League finals, Champions League runs. When you get the fullback and he can defend, he can cover midfield, and he has a shot power on him. He checks all the boxes as a midfielder. You know, for me, I rate him over Jude Bellingham, but because he has those attributes.
There's see that comment there. Valverde is not better than Bellingham. I'm sorry.
I didn't say he was better. Chance. I rate him.
No, yeah, but I say you rate him more, but he's got an inferior skill set across the board. He's got an inferior skill set.
What?
Valverde has an inferior skill set to Bellingham. Of course, he has.
What does Bellingham do better? What does Bellingham do better than Valverde?
What does Valverde do better than Bellingham? Long shots.
Answer my question.
Yeah, because I'm saying Valverde is better at long shots than Jude. Apart from that, I think
Jude's not better passing the ball. He's more pressure.
Jude is definitely a better passer than Valverde.
In my opinion,
I don't think there's much.
Valverde's passing range is 10 times better than Jude's. I'd say one's more of an attacker, one's more of a.
Okay, how is that? How is that?
If I wanted an 8, if I wanted an 8, because I don't look at Valverde as the guy that's going to be going to get you your goals. That's why Jude is a bit mad. But Jude Bellingham can't pass it.
People are saying Valverde like Jude. What characteristic are we basing that Valverde? He doesn't get more assists. He doesn't have more through balls. He doesn't have a better long pass accuracy. So why? On what grounds is Valverde a better passer?
The guy's more of a deep line.
He doesn't. He plays deeper than Bellingham. Doesn't play the same positions, man.
No, but I'm saying there's nothing that we've seen in his career.
What do you mean there's nothing we've seen?
I will, Monts. Like, for anyone that's watched Real Madrid, whether it's champs, it don't matter even if you watch La Liga, you could be an absolute La Liga advocate like Lee Gunner. Jude has never sprayed a long ball like Valverde ever has. Like, never done that. Doesn't do the diags. That's the whole point of Valverde at right back, is to do the diag for Mbappe and Vinny. Can't do it.
No, I'm sorry. Like, you guys, this is my point, is that we often give people the plaudits. Valverde is a very good player.
They're different players,
I think he's a top player. Yeah,
they're different players.
I also think Bellingham's a top player, and I think that if you look at Bellingham's stats and things like that, I just don't see any evidence that Valverde is a better passer. I can go back and look at the tapes, but I'm saying that this is one of those things where you guys will be like, it's the eye test. It's the eye test. Because statistics, stats, data, nothing will back this opinion.
Jude is missing though. But either way, before we all dive into all of that stuff, we will go very left, innit?
Remember, you got to remember, Jay rates Bruno and them, man. So
but you rated Verts. Hold on. No, stop. Because you rated Verts before I rate Verts. But you rated Verts before he came to the league. And now Verts is playing in the same league as Bruno, and you see Bruno as levels over Verts.
I still think Bruno's crap. Wait, whether Verts is good or not,
he's better than your £120 million playmaker. No. You'd say Bruno's crap.
What do we get here? I just said I rated.
Verts must be dog shit then.
No. Again, I'm not saying Verts is doing his thing, but that doesn't change what I think of Bruno. Just because Verts is coming to the league.
To me, it says that if you bring a player into a league where Bruno has the best stats of anybody since 2020. No, stop.
You want some more on paper?
No, bro. What do you want to judge Verts on then? What do you want? We do this all the time. You bring a player to this league, yeah, and you say a guy who's been one of the best. Hold on, you say a guy who's been one of the best number 10s in this league is meaty. No problem. You can say Bruno's.
He doesn't even play 10.
Bro, it doesn't matter. He doesn't play 10 now, because when he played 10, he ended lives. Yeah.
He ended lives,
bro. This is my point. You always want to judge players. This is the problem that I have with people. Yeah, people always want to judge players in isolation. Okay?
No, you want to judge players. You want to judge
Bruno in isolation. So then we bring all these other number 10s to the Premier League, and they can't tie his shoelaces. They can't tie his shoelaces.
Is Lampard the best 10? Is Lampard the best midfielder the Prem's ever seen?
He's one of the best. He's one of the best midfielders the Prem's ever seen.
Is he the best? He's the highest goal scoring midfielder of all time. Is he the best?
He's not the best, but he's one of the best.
But the data shows that.
But the data shows he's one of the best.
No, the data shows he's the best.
No, I'm not, bro. You're doing semantics now. I'm not. I'm saying Bruno. To me, bro. If you want to say Bruno, hold on, bro. No, but this is the difference. I'm saying. No, hold on. No, I'm saying Lampard is one of the best. Yeah, you turn around and saying Bruno's shit. I'm not saying Lampard's shit. I'm saying he's one of the best. So if you want to turn around and say Bruno's one of one I'm not going to bitch about it.
Don't get me wrong. When I say Bruno's shit, as in shit compared to
No, he's not using my logic, because I'm saying Lampard is
I'm saying when I say Bruno shit, he's not that complete dog shit. Obviously, he's a good player. I'm saying compared to what you lot think he is, I don't think he's anywhere near that.
What do you mean? Sorry, what do I think he is? No, why do people keep saying? Stop. Sorry, so 1 second. Why do people keep saying Monts is using my logic? He's not. I said Lampard is one of the best number 10s. If he turns around and says Bruno is one of the best number 10s, do you think I'm arguing? That is not my Bruno. I'm saying Bruno's one of the best 10s, and he's saying Bruno's a scrub. So do you see the gap between those two places? And that's what I'm discussing. He says Lampard. Are you saying Lampard's the best 10? I said he's not the best 10 to me. He's not better than De Bruyne and stuff, but he's still one of the best. I'm not saying Lampard's a scrub. So how is he using the same logic? Use your brains, people.
Cool. We're going to do this. Would we say Jude's most effective attribute then is goal scoring, yeah, and getting into the box and goal scoring.
Statman Jay.
Would we say that? Would we say that?
Statman Jay.
Yeah, and making late runs.
Alright, yeah, we would
being
say
a
that.
bit robust.
So why is it that this season, when they've been top of the league, why has he only got 4 goals this year? And that's combining La Liga, which is supposed to be a less dominant league in terms of physicality, and also in champs together.
Injury and form.
Okay, then. So that's why people look at stats over everything else. Same thing you can use for a lot of other players, but we don't put that into category either. But anyways, not the point.
Right now, dude can't pass like Valverde though.
He definitely can't. But anyways, even Daps yesterday, even Daps yesterday, by the way. A quick one.
Even bro, because then you just say,
"Oh my god,
eye test," and some people wear glasses. So
even Daps yesterday said there's nothing to really take away from Man City, Real Madrid. He thought Real Madrid were just that bad, and City weren't even all that. It was a very open game, right? He said the only standout performance was probably Doku, O'Reilly, after the mistake, Vardio. But then a goal did come down his side and O'Reilly's regardless, and probably Cherky because he was Megan Rudiger and just he was just having fun in it. Probably if you want to throw Cherky's name in it. The rest of it was quite non-existent. Everything else was non-existent for me, anyways. Right. So I'm not trying to take away anything from Man City, but this is from a City fan, innit? As well. He even gave props to Savinho for doing his job. Like, imagine that, and you don't like Savio.
Very, very wasteful, but very wasteful. He come on and relieve the pressure. His job was to.
From a Madrid perspective, in the end, there was a lot of flurries.
One thing that I'm gonna put on the because you everything we got in the title, mixes together. Everything in the title mixes together because you look at City and you look at Arsenal. We talk about title race now. You see, Arsenal rotated quite well. You see that City took off Haaland, Foden, and all that in the 70th minute, was rotating quite well considering it was against Madrid. Put them in a good position in the Champions League, as unlike Chelsea. Sorry, mate. And if you link that together, it's like it's kind of hard to kind of push who's gonna do what due to rotation and whatnot. But I think Arteta got it right yesterday as well. Madueke and all that. You need to do that. You have to do that. I thought Nkape was, from what I could see, he's growing into his own, at least to say. But yeah, I'm not trying to take anything away from City, but Xabi Alonso may or may not get sacked, but player power is real over in Real Madrid. Very real. And then there's Slot. And what I'm going to mix with Liverpool.
I know City beat them, Casper. I think Real Madrid
they keep talking about Mo Salah, and I'm like, why do they keep talking about Mo? They had a whole 15-20 minute with McManaman and Gerrard about a game about City and Real Madrid about Mo Salah.
I appreciate that.
And now somehow, I'm gonna mix it, because it's Xabi Alonso tipped to replace Slot, right? Which would be like a whole.
But before you get onto that, Cass, I do think Real Madrid were unlucky not to end that game 2-2 though.
There
was a few. Like Donnarumma made a couple good saves.
I think City held on, but I think that game easily could have ended.
You got Endrick in the Endrick hit or miss.
Rudiger missed it. Endrick's a funny fucker though, man. I don't know why he makes you laugh so much, man. Like Bobby, I don't know. He's the funniest kid, bro.
Yeah. From a Madrid perspective, they upped it attacking wise at the end, but it was just not good enough because some of the final play balls were just underwhelming. Vinny Jr. getting down the byline on the left hand side and then just fizzing it into who. That's not a cross. You're just kicking the ball in the middle of the box, brother. And that's how I know Alonso, the right things on the wall for Alonso, because he hasn't played Endrick all season, and a game that you need to draw against Manchester City at the Bernabéu, you put him on. Yeah. And when it comes down to a Real Madrid perspective, you don't get a lot of time. I don't care if it's your first season. You don't get a lot of time. If your performances are underwhelming, if the players are complaining, they compare what their previous coach did, because with Ancelotti, even the players that weren't playing were not complaining, because Ancelotti has that man management skill. For you to come in and coincidentally, what coincides with you being there, Vinny Jr. is performing a bit poorly. Rodrigo is performing poorly. The fallout between you and Vinny Jr. in the first half of the season. Hey, brother. It might be time for you to go. Real Madrid don't play, and there's been a lot of reports that Florentino Perez has been meeting with the board regarding Xabi Alonso. So I think the writing's on the wall for him.
More than likely. We say Lee.
Morning, everyone, man. Morning, man. I like the energy. The energy is good today, man. Mons, are you good? What's going on, my bro?
I'm alright. What you saying?
I wanted to make sure everyone's good. Jay, do you know what I wanted to ask you? How did you end up supporting Tottenham in Manchester?
We get this a lot. I lived in. My dad was a doc when he was younger. He used to travel around, so I lived in London for a little bit, and I picked up Tottenham. And also, Lee, by the way, when I told you Arsenal were going to drop points, and then you drop points. This is actually the first time I've seen you.
It was on Monday and yesterday, to be fair.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying it's the first time I've seen you, so you're really happy coming off the 3-0 win. However, based off purely domestic form, this is the first time I've seen you since you dropped points to Aston Villa. So it's nice to see you.
Listen, do you know what? I feel like today, Jay, you and I, we may link up actually. You know, I feel like, when we get
tag team champions of the world. Yeah, get the table.
Yeah, I feel like there's
Murray Dudley in that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm down.
Listen, man, it is what it is.
Kofi Kingston and all them, man, yeah.
It is. But yeah, man, listen, man, I just wanted to, make sure that the stream goes nice today. Everyone works well because it's a good day. It's sunny outside. It's life's good.
But yeah, City had a very good win. I must admit. No, it was a very good win.
Where do you guys stand on O'Reilly? Because I really like him on the ball. I'm just a little bit just defensively at the very highest level, he's still learning a little bit. But I think he's playing really well. I think he's playing really well. Do you think he'll stay as a left back, or do you think he'll eventually move back into the middle? Because he started as a number 10, didn't he?
He's got the stature to do it. I think out of the young left backs that are coming through, as I said, Lewis Hall, who I think is really good.
Lewis Skelly. I guess
there's a few of them.
Would you classify Spence as a young left back, or is he like, oh, get this 25-year-old out of college?
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about young left backs, and I think obviously, but I do think Spence is by far defensively better than all of them. But that's not
when he's locked in, he's locked in. Yeah.
But as out of the left backs, I think O'Reilly's heading, I think he's moved above Lewis Hall, maybe just because of Hall's injuries, though, not so much because of Hall's
you're right.
And game time as well, man.
Do you think he's actually a better left back than Lewis Hall? Period. In your opinion,
O'Reilly.
I still think that's a debate because Lewis Hall is cold, innit? Like if you really take,
if you watch
fully fit,
he's really. Lewis Hall is who I think a lot of people think Lewis Skelly is. Like, do you know what I mean? When he plays, I'm not saying that like.
No, it's not a diss thing. I get what you're saying. I mean,
Lewis Skelly had a really good season. But when I'm watching Lewis Hall, I feel like he's like his actions. I'm not gonna try and big up Chelsea, but you can tell he's a Cobham kid. Do you know what I mean? From a technical,
he's got that Cobham Android. He's an Android. He's an Android still. Like, I think it's even his delivery. His delivery is crazy as well. What I'd say though, I think just out of them three, I just think if you're looking at England to bring one of the young left backs through, like I'd be looking at O'Reilly, just because what O'Reilly has over them is that fit. Like bro's like 6'3", like he's got the stature. So even if defensively he's not at his best, he's gonna be more physically dominant.
He's just an obstacle to get round, kind of.
Yeah, like he's just there. And I think we talk about like obviously like Skelly and Lewis Hall obviously have played less minutes, but I think O'Reilly still had to play last season when Vardy was playing left back and was easily one of the best left backs in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was still getting minutes then.
But with Dan Burn probably going, Spence probably going, it does feel like it's one or the other in terms of O'Reilly or Hall.
But then Burn might be looked at as a centre back option as well. I think he brings the side of both. So I think there's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. There's a possibility, but even so, I just think O'Reilly, he's starting for Man City week in, week out, and he was getting enough minutes last season when Vardy was there. So, and I think
goals,
that's gonna have more worth to it than again like Skelly not being able to play because Calafiori's fit. Do you know what I'm saying? Or Lewis Hall because of maybe some of the injury issues. Like
I get what people are saying about like I don't think Spence is automatically in, but he's been in the last few squads. He's had a few minutes. He's regularly getting minutes at Spurs. I think he's also can offer cover at right back depending on what they do at the right back.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about like England squad and all this all of a sudden?
We're basically
Jed Spence gets nowhere near this team.
What do you mean? Spence
when all left backs are fit, let's be real. When all left backs are fit, he ain't getting in unless he's viewed as a right back.
I think he's getting in. I think defensively he's better than all of them, really.
I think I think his defending's overrated, anyways. But that's just me.
Listen, sometimes he can switch off and stuff. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm saying that a guy like Tuchel, I think would a defensive one-on-one kind of specialist. I think he takes him.
Nah, I need a left foot over there, man. I don't think he gets him. But anyways, not the point. Arsenal, someone that Tuchel does like is Madueke. So there's one. If anyone's gonna be pitting their names for later, then Madueke might be in now. What do you say, Lee, man? 3-0. You said 1-0, little rugged 1-0. You lot battered them.
You know what? The first thing I want to say is I really don't know how people watched more than one game, because I tried it yesterday and I
yeah,
lost.
But you're an Arsenal fan. as in, like, I always find, if your team is on, you're gonna be mainly focused on watching your team. But if you've got two screens and you don't support the team and just a neutral, you kind of tip for tap both of them, innit?
I really struggled, bro. I honestly did about 14 minutes, and I stayed on the Arsenal game. I really couldn't do it, so I don't know how everyone else does it, but fair play to them. But
it's the ones that pretend that they can watch 3 games at one time, and all of a sudden it's like, what?
I don't know.
It's difficult when your team's on. You're too focused.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very strange game in the sense of Arsenal didn't really have to get out of second gear. I mean, Club Brugge, they were horrible. They're not a great team at all. I think they also missed their first choice keeper. So the keeper that was in goal, he was very shaky.
It was his first European start or something like that. Yeah,
it wasn't. Was Mignolet not playing? It was Mignolet not even there.
Nah.
Yeah, saw that.
They had like 5 missing players. They had 5 key injuries. Apparently,
is Mignolet even still there? I can double check.
Yeah, go on. So, man, so are you looking at what your ex is doing?
It was definitely an easy game. Listen, they had a few kind of counter-attacks. They had a few counter-attacks, and some good things going on in terms of some shaky moments at the back for us. But listen, it's kind of a mix of players at the back in terms of putting Rice back into right back, putting Timber centre back, etc., etc. Now, yes, they're great players, but still the continuity hasn't been there. I think that was the 8th different pairing that Arsenal have had, obviously because we had Norgard playing centre back as well. So, it was a good performance, some really good goals. And listen,
are you worried? Are you worried for the one player?
Worried for?
There's been a lot of like talk around Gyokeres not getting goals, getting hooked off in like Jesus coming on looking better than him instantaneously and all of that stuff.
Listen, there's gonna be some really interesting conversations in the next few weeks because Havertz is back soon, and obviously Jesus is, that 28-minute cameo. He could have got a hat trick. He should have got a hat trick. But I will say it was a nice remontada because you think about it, he was the first person with Martinelli and Saka to start this whole Arsenal time. I remember, I'll never forget that first game that we played at home. It was Leicester City. We won 4-2. And honestly, it was like something that, we hadn't seen before. And, it was great to see. So, it was nice to see. But, Gyokeres, I don't want to say much more on him, man. I did a show.
We do.
Funny enough, I did a show on Monty's channel, maybe about 3-4 weeks ago, and he called me out because I criticized Gyokeres because apparently it was too early. So listen, apparently I've still got to wait, but listen, he's not good enough. It's just that simple. He's not good enough.
He looks like Ranzio Nunes.
No, he's worse than Nunes. He's worse than Nunes.
But Gunali, obviously in the summer we did talk about Gyokeres' weight a little bit, and I and people were a little bit like, why are you Googling a man's weight? And I was like, mind your business. Whatever I do on Google is my business. But that's not the point, because would you make the argument that
so many directions you could have gone with that.
Let's focus here. Now, Gunali, would you make the argument? I don't want to make this argument. I'm going to let you make this argument if you choose to. Would you make the argument that fully fit Gyokeres is Arsenal's 4th choice striker?
I genuinely would say, my personal opinion, I'd rather Nketiah, personally.
Nketiah, Did you see Nketiah the other day? Did you see him the other day, bro?
Let me tell you why, right? Let me tell you why.
That's nasty.
You got to think, right? Nketiah's main issue was 1, finishing, and 2, his level of touches. Now, Gyokeres doesn't get any touches, but with Nketiah, he scored big goals. I don't know if you remember, he scored about 3 goals against Man United at home in 3 different seasons. He also got into positions, but he just could never. I'm telling you now.
I think his finishing was actually all right. I think it was his technical ability that let him down.
Yeah, but
he's got some big goals against Chelsea.
If we talk about technical ability, I'll be real. What has Gyokeres shown you? He has shown you.
He's technically he's
scarred. I'm genuinely, from last week's performance against Aston Villa, I'm scarred from what I saw, because that was frightening. And I said this on Monday. I cannot believe that disaster class that I saw from him. It was
random say he pushes the back line back with his movement. That's what they say. That
you know what though, like, yeah, okay, and I've you can negate that and you can talk about that, but my thing is that, like, can you not just trap the ball? Can you not just? I'm just asking for this, the bare minimum of technical ability. Can you not just lay the ball off?
Yeah, better than Havertz.
Can you not just get yourself into a position where we see you
in defense of Gyokeres, is this not what Arsenal asked for? In terms of saying,
no. Okay,
I want a different kind of strike.
Right, hold on. In the summer,
you know what I mean? You want this is what you all demand. Like, this is what all the I'm saying. If Arsenal had gone into this season with the same attack as last season, you guys would have burnt down the Emirates.
No, they needed.
You guys are doing this on social media.
Do you know they're missing? Yeah. Do you know who's missing? Maybe Arteta was right. They needed Sesko. Would have been the perfect. He would have been perfect for him. Tall, good in the air, got good link up.
We needed.
He looks like a centre back.
I'm at good link up.
It's better than all your strikers, bro.
Somebody who was going to be able to, because it was the guy that was going to get us over the top. That was the player. The player's signal was somebody that was going to get us over the top. Gyokeres isn't getting us over the top. He's not contributing with enough goals or assists to allow him to have the flexibility to have poor games. So in essence, what I'm saying is he's not doing a Mourinho, playing poorly and getting goals and assists. He's doing nothing to facilitate in terms of his technical ability, and he's doing nothing in terms of the stats lines to amplify Arsenal's performances or anything on the goal sheet. So for me, honestly, he is not good enough. But again, apparently it's too early to mention him and talk about him. I don't think so, because if you can do one of two things to contribute, right? You can either do what Mourinho does and get yourself into positions and score goals or get assists, or you can have such a positive impact on the game in terms of your performances that it negates a la Firmino. So do one of the two. He does neither. So for me, I don't know where to go other than to say that he's just not good enough. And what we saw in Portugal does show to be something the level of quality in Portugal is just poor. It is really poor. It's got nothing to do with this team. It's actually now individual, because we're seeing guys score goals and we're seeing players play well. And you look to be the sore thumb in a really glossy team, personally. So yeah,
when you break it down like that, you understand why. It's not only because I've spoken to other Arsenal fans that still has a question mark over Gyokeres. You don't think, and this is just from outside looking in, you don't think, given that he's been injured, given that he scored a few goals here and there, you could allot him some more time, given that your team is still winning?
Yeah, well, we're not winning. That's the thing. And the thing is, bro, the games that he's meant to make a difference in is the Sunderland's. Okay, fine, he didn't play. I understand. But are certain games where you got 45 minutes, get yourself into the game, might take you 20 minutes. I understand that. And then make a difference. That performance against Aston Villa, and it's been the whole season. His performances haven't changed. He hasn't gradually got better. He's actually stayed the same level or even got worse at times. So for me, look, I'm not infused. I'm not impressed by anything he's given. And if you're going to say that he cost £62 million to his, then I mean, you could have got someone else. I mean, honestly speaking, I would have rather got Mateta. I would have rather paid 45. I don't know how much was he in the summer, £50 million, and got Mateta. So I mean, yeah, I'm as I said, I'm not infused by him. Going back to the Sesko point, I think it's a mentality thing for him. I don't like players that are weak-minded. I don't like players that aren't ready to back themselves. Now, you can say that it's less pressure to go to Man United because they're not as good in terms of, or the expectations.
There's more pressure at United than there's
I was going to say there's more pressure, so I don't really understand what he's
because he supports us. That's why, man. People get gassed when they get bought by the team that they support. It's like it's a whole new I'm ready. This is me. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'm not dumping on Man United here. I'm literally just more like I don't understand why he didn't want to come, because ultimately, it's more pressure to go to Man United. So I don't understand his mentality. I don't know what he's thinking about. But listen, if he supports Man United, listen, I'm not here to hate as they did it. So he goes to Tottenham to do so. So I'm not hating. But yeah, man, it's not good. It's not good.
Let me say this. I don't know if you're in the chat, yeah, and I know you're in the background. If I think you're doing what I know you're doing right now, I will expose your picture online. Do you understand? I hope you know that, and I know you're watching because you're doing it to Touchline as well. I won't say it because people get an idea. I will expose your picture online. Do you get it? Cool. And you know what's going to happen if I expose you, because some of your school friends or friends that go to your college know and watch this channel. So I will remember that shit. You got the screenshot of your shit. Do you understand?
Cool.
Do you know what I did want to say though as well? I know this isn't even on Arsenal, right? And I don't even want to. I don't know if we're spending that long on it, but I feel like in the last month, I feel like I've actually started to change for the first time my real ideologies on football. And I feel like there are actually some players where I know they cost a lot of money, and I know they're meant to produce certain goals and assists, but I just like them. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Kudus at Tottenham, I know he doesn't get the goals and assists enough, but I don't really care. I just think he's a great player, you know. I really think he's a great player. It hurts me to say.
Welcome.
Can I just say, this is because you're to me, it's not wild because obviously, but you have Saka, who is a superior player. He is just a superior player. If I had Saka, I wouldn't be looking at Kudus being like, oh man, Kudus is so good. Because I've got Saka. I've got a superior player. Do you know what I mean? So I hear what you're saying, but Saka's decision-making IQ is worlds ahead of Kudus. Maybe he's not as flashy with the dribbling and this and that, but it doesn't need to be because his IQ's better. So when he gets the ball, he makes better decisions. So to me, I hear what you're saying, but as somebody who watches Saka, who's watched him for the last 4 years, he's a higher level to Kudus, in my opinion. Anyway, maybe.
Listen,
we welcome them. We are a fan of Kudus over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not trying to make it. I'm not making it a Saka. Kudus. I'm literally just talking directly about Kudus and what he does on the pitch, and just the way he turns away from players. He's so active. He's so ready to make a difference. And I know he doesn't do it. I said his goals and assists aren't enough. For the quality of play that he is. I actually didn't even know he's 25. I thought he was a bit older. Not even in a racial thing, but I actually did think he was a bit older. But anyway.
He is older. He is.
Well, yeah. I ain't gonna say that. I will say that he's one of my favorites. And yeah, look, some people are saying in the comments I didn't actually speak on Madueke. Listen, fair play, man. Fair play. That was some hit. And as I said, I watched the whole game. He was active, but again, can we give it the context that it deserves? I think in life, everything deserves a bit of context. You played a bottom feeder team who missed quite a few of their first team players. So if I'm going to post match analysis on the game, he was fantastic. But am I going to lose my head over it? Listen, I need to say a bit. Listen, I'm taking a leaf out of Monster's book. My thoughts are my thoughts. But I'm going to praise him for the game. Would you
start similar like the same team against Wolves? Wolves are that bad. They're probably worse than Brugge, yeah? It's a time to probably not play Rice again.
Sad watch to see Wolves. It's a sad watch.
It's bad.
Wolves are terrible. I can't believe
Jay, I'm sorry, Jay. Oh my God. Jay, you see Paulinho taking off his
hindsight, that's horrific. In real time, I was like, sure, he's got a lovely. Okay, no, they're gonna give me zesty accusations. I'm gonna say, he's entitled to take his shirt off with a last-minute equalizer, and that's all I've been advised by my lawyer to say. However, with us giving Wolves 50% of their points total, that's horrific. That's terrible. Spurs suck specifically for that. Let's get back to the show. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, would you rotate again, or would you just put them to the sword stat pad?
Nah, I'm playing the same team. But listen, we know it's Arteta, so he's not going to do that. He's going to play.
Norgard centre back again. Would you put him there again?
Oh no. In terms of like, obviously, Timber comes back into the team. Ben White's going to have to play.
Is Timber starting, by the way?
Calafiori's out because obviously he's suspended for the game.
All right, cool. So is Timber starting? I need this for my FPO. Is Timber starting?
Yeah, no, Timber will start, bro. Timber will start. I can probably bet your bottom dollar Declan Rice will start. And Saka's starting. Saka came on the pitch yesterday in the.
You got Palace next week Thursday, and then you got another game against. Who's your next Premier League game? Everton away.
Everton away. That's the one I'm looking at. That's the one because I think
Arsenal are a weird team, though, right?
Arsenal typically have a good record against
Everton. Really good or really shit.
Yeah, Everton are weird.
If you look at Javon will know about that this weekend.
Against some weird teams at home, like
Chelsea got Everton.
We're playing Everton at Stamford Bridge.
But is that's Everton's last game with Ndai, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't think Ndai will be there for.
Wait, so you're not you don't play Everton with
No. We won't have. They won't have Ndai.
They won't have Ndai.
Yeah, dead. That's dead.
Yeah.
Wait,
hey, what are you saying?
Wait, aren't you losing Ahmad and Bournemouth
after Bournemouth? After Bournemouth, they're gone.
But the thing is, though, right? I don't know.
The difference is, you're not losing anyone, but you're just losing. Do you get it?
Yeah,
we haven't lost since Salah's been at the team, right?
Listen, you know what I mean? I saw a certain indie posting some certain things this morning as well.
He's too quick with it, and we can't post this news until 10 p.m. legally. Shut up, bruv. You're a journalist. What do you mean legally? What do you mean legally? The guy talks. You know what? I like him when it comes to certain things now. Like I've seen a few things that I've questioned and it's gone right that he's called. But when it comes to this drama and that oh my God, man, he really tries to provide, or the group tries to provide like a stretch story that's just not true. Do you know what I mean? It's just not true, innit? Like he does it for the traffic of Twitter. Like it's not it, man. But even the Salah thing, they were talking about Salah for like half the Man City Real Madrid build. It was pathetic. Yeah, you got Gerrard over. Why? I don't know. What was he used for? He's not like I can understand Steve McManaman because he played for both clubs, but Steve and Gerrard, like, they couldn't wait to talk about it. All of a sudden now, we've got this massive, with Roms included, like, agenda. Even though he wants both of them gone, this whole thing about Salah's the big problem in all of this, and this is just gone on from yesterday because we just had a whole conversation about it yesterday, and I've not seen anything about Slot whatsoever.
But this is due to what Salah did. Salah shifted the narrative.
Javon, what did I say? I'm not angry about Salah for what he said. I'm angry at him for making it about him, blood, making it about him. When the concentration should be on the manager, that's where the spotlight needs to be. But he did the Mo Salah thing. It's about me and whatever, man. I'm not happy about it. I don't really care too much about what he said. You know what I'm saying? I think you got a right to say.
All of a sudden now, the Xabi, they tried to, like, I don't know what obviously Liverpool are media darlings. So when it comes to their manager and everything, and they want to target, so, like, we understand where it's gonna go, innit? But they don't talk about Slot. They don't talk about, you know, like, don't get me wrong, good win against Inter via the penalty, whatever, innit? Whether it's a penalty or not, he dragged his shirt. I don't know, European refs in that.
It wasn't a penalty, bro.
But we don't. It
wasn't never a foul.
Don't give the referee a decision to make by holding a man's shirt.
Yeah. That's a dumb, innit? Especially in Europe, innit? Yeah, but it's just there's nothing about. I've not seen anything about Slot whatsoever. And then now the Xabi Alonso conversations come about as well, and they're trying to still today on TalkSport that talk about Salah, and it's like, bro, what is this thing? Bro, like, to the point now, we got Liverpool fans abusing Salah. Like, it's like, what are we doing out here? Now the media, the English media are nasty. Have you seen that he said to stop some of his posts? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It's not listen, when you're the stature of Salah to this club, it comes with it. It's sad to say, but it's the truth. when you're the main guy.
To this level, I think is a bit too much though. To this,
I'm not disputing that they're not stretching it or they're not doing too much. But when you're this stature, if you speak out in this manner, whilst you're not playing well, it's going to come with it. It's the other side. It's the other side of if you're playing well, scoring the goals, you're the first one that's going to get all the plaudits. Remember last season, Salah dragged us to a title. Like the rest of the team didn't do much.
No one said the rest of the team didn't do much, but Salah dragged us to a title. Let's not rewrite.
But that is my point. He's going to
get the plaudits. It's not. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence that Salah's form has dropped and Liverpool's form has dropped, despite who he bought.
Yeah, but okay, still proving my point. He's the man. He's the guy. Whatever he does, it's going to be.
Like you fart in the wrong room, it's going to be Salah's fault.
Exactly.
But I think for I made my point. I think similar to Monts a little bit. I mean, from my point of view, because he's not my player. Like I look at it maybe differently. When Kane did that thing with Neville going around the golf course and stuff, I lost my head. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Now, you can make the argument that what Salah's doing is different. Do you know what I mean? That's going around the golf course saying, oh, Kevin De Bruyne is a great player. Love him to walk through. My brother in Christ, what are we doing? So I was just like,
doing too much in it. Just like,
doing too much. Like, Neville, you're so funny. Neville, what are we doing here? So...
Me didn't really grab him like that though, but
they were chatting like my team didn't exist. They're like, oh, where are you going in the summer? Brother, you've got 4 years left on your contract, you prick.
But we know why, Jay, we know why that is though. Why people weren't like, you know what I'm saying?
What? Because, listen,
the media darling. Like what we are.
Kane's not a media darling. He's not at all a media darling. He might be a media darling now. He doesn't play for Spurs, but let's not forget that they were showing Kane pictures of dives on penalties. Be like, hey, was this a penalty? Never seen it before. Never seen it since. Yeah. Have you ever seen somebody get shown the tackle in front of them and be like, this is a dive, mate? When Kane started backing into players, there was a huge media outrage. But then other players did it and no one said anything. Trust me, Kane's not a media darling. Well, he wasn't at the time. With Salah, I think, personally, like it was a selfish thing that he did, but I can't remember the last time I saw a player coming off a world-class season and be benched 3 games in a row like this. So I'm not giving him an excuse for it. I'm just saying this is a very unique situation. Salah is one of those players. Salah's one of these players who's always been managed a different way, in my opinion. You manage superstars subtly different, rightly or wrongly. I think Salah's not happy with his treatment. Whether it's justified or not is me and Mons went through this on Tuesday, whether or not it was his fault. Whether or not we don't know. There's not enough. There's not enough data.
Jay, the news is from Indy, right? I read it to you, right? There's 2 things. The first thing is, and we can discuss it now. The first thing is that he's jealous because basically, I'm surmising here. Wirtz is now
that's
the
from
face.
Build. That's Build though.
Wirtz is the face of Liverpool, and he's not happy about that. And now the next thing that's just come out.
But I would be on.
Hold on, there's another one. You believe that? 17 minutes.
But hold on. But imagine you work a job.
Let's dissect both of them. Let's dissect both. There's another thing.
Okay, go on.
The next thing is from Indy. 17 minutes ago, all the senior players.
Indian Bill. This is a nasty.
Hold on, but we can't hold on. But in the summer, we were all living off Indy. We can't now just.
No.
So 17 minutes ago, Liverpool insider for Indy says all the senior players are supportive of Arne Slot over the Salah fallout. They believe the manager has done nothing wrong and are working hard for him to turn the results around.
Okay. So what I'm gonna say is, I always try and have empathy with people and put myself in their situations. And this is a very simplistic version of looking at that Build comment to start off with. Imagine you work in a company. In fact, this has happened to me, and I know exactly how I felt. Imagine you work in a company and you're kind of like the top guy, top biller. Maybe you do the best work, make the most sales. Yeah. They bring somebody in, on big wages. And that person is like, kind of like, not the face of the company, but they're getting a bit favorable treatment from management, blah, blah, blah. And you're watching them and you're like, this guy sucks. this guy is not good. This guy is not better than me. Yeah. In that situation, my ego in several instances has felt hurt. I felt an emotional kind of way. I get it from Salah on that point of view on the building. I can see if he's seen Wirtz come in, like you saw the post he did with when Anfield, whatever they had said something about, has there ever been a bigger upgrade than Nunez and Diaz to Isak and Wirtz? And Salah said, can we not disrespect people that won the title? Looking back, we should have seen that as a kind of red flag of him saying, nah, these guys are ballers. I'm not sure about these guys yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you're Salah, but if you're Salah and you see the new guy comes in, what normally do superstars of that level do? They show them what levels are. No, they show them what levels are. It doesn't matter who you bring into the club. I run this, right? If it doesn't matter who came in previously, I run this. What you do as Salah as the figurehead.
But how did Vinny react to Mbappe?
But Mbappe's better than Vinny.
Yeah, but how did Vinny react to Mbappe? Emotionally. I
don't think there's friction there. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the way you quiet all of this is your performances. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter who they bring into the club. I could be 33. I am still here, so I'm going to still put up numbers. Everybody else
do you not agree with what Seydorf? Do you not agree with what Seydorf said?
No, I was going to say, before we get, but at the risk of repeating myself, I think 80 to 90% of people understand that basically Mo Salah was out of order for what he said, but there's some credence to what he said. And we can understand that as a top player, you're going to have an ego. No one's mad at what Salah's done per se. It's the way he's done it. You came out after being dropped for 3 games and certain things you said. No one's mad about like literally what he's done. It's the way he's done it and when he's done it. That's what the issue is. So let's just kind of like talk about that. As I spoke about on Monday, I think the personal attack on him and his personality from Jamie Carragher was absolutely bang out of order because, as I said, it didn't take me long to research. I went on his Instagram and you can see he's done 3 posts talking about the 3 players that left in the summer and talking about how thankful he was that they were there and the stuff that they've done for him. So ultimately, you can't talk about this guy's personality. You can't talk about him saying he's a bad person. You can't talk about him making out like he's the worst person in the world because he's not. Now, do I think that it's actually a problem that he could have, his legs can go? What is wrong with that? He's 32 years old. He scored 200. Ultimately, the father time hits you whenever. I think the bigger issue, and I'm going to say it again, are people like Van Dijk. The people that are absolutely going out of their way to sabotage the manager's position. Now, the players may not like him for whatever reason. There's clearly a split that it seems to be. I even saw the comments from Robertson after the game. And I just look at it and I really do think to myself, some of the players, whether or not you don't like the manager, you can't down tools. Because you say you love this team, you love this club, and then when you show it on the pitch or when you perform, you don't show it on the pitch. So that's where my issue is. It's not at Mo Salah. My problem isn't with Mo Salah. Personally, it isn't. Because you can have poor performances and get dropped. You're older now. It happens. That's it.
But listen, but obviously what we're doing here, like, and obviously I was looking at this comment. I was like, what we're doing here is rationalizing it from Salah's point of view. Yeah, that's all it is. Now, if I was to move the lens over to Slot, Slot's definitely been slighted here. I've always thought that Salah was out of order for what he did. I've always said that team comes first over individuals. Why would I care about Salah's feelings over Liverpool's feelings if I'm a Liverpool fan? Makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, I might have concerns about the manager's ability to control the dressing room, but my logic there is not about Salah. It's about Slot. Slot has been slighted. The apology should be as loud as the disrespect. Salah should publicly apologize for this, in my opinion. Like, I'm not saying he's not right to feel a certain kind of way, because like we said, he's a superstar, being benched, yada yada. We can dissect it. And I've always said since earlier in this week, this is a conversation. It's not black and white. It's shades of grey. Do you know what I mean? It's understanding it. From my point of view, I was listening to, I thought Slot did a great interview pre-game. I thought Seedorf was taking the piss. I think Slot did very well. I think Slot did very well to stay calm.
I don't know,
because
man.
no, Seedorf was taking, bro. If you're in my face saying a guy that publicly disrespected me that I need to make the first move, brother.
You mean take responsibility? You said take responsibility as the manager. You mean take responsibility as the manager?
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't say it in general. He said as the manager, if you want the best for this team, and no, he's a part of what will make the team better.
Slot should have said, "How was your managerial career, bruh?" Like it should have, because the thing is.
But does Salah right now make the team better? That's the biggest question. Stop.
Not in this current form, but it's his job to get the best out of the players who especially are the best at their best.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but if a player's not on form, it doesn't matter what you do.
No. You can either play them back into form or you bench them, and you do what you need to do as a manager to get all your players playing to the best of your ability.
I understand that, Mons, but he's defensively liable when he plays.
As he likes to say, coach has still got a coach.
No, and I'm not saying no, but I'm saying what. Unless you're going to move Salah closer to goal, play him in a 4-4-2, that's how I can see this working. If you play him on a wing, he's going to be defensive.
Slot got the best out of Salah last season. It was only last season. Now, me personally, I think Salah deserves to be dropped. I think many players deserve to be dropped. I think the biggest of players, VVD and Konate, if they were dropped, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world just because of some of the performance and some of the stuff we've seen this season. But it's also the managers. It's also on the manager to get the best out of all the players, and it's too many players that are out of form. Not just one or two, not just Salah. Too many players are out of form.
I hear it.
That's the problem. You know, and that's not even about Salah. Like, it's not about.
Well, you say it's only last year, but with his age, last year could be his last year.
And that happens, bro. Age is obviously age is a thing in football. Like, that happens. I don't think it's it's not the end of the world. Liverpool.
But could not just lost his finishing, all of us. You know what I mean?
No, of course not. Of course not. Like, but the bottom line is there's no replacement for Salah on the right wing as it stands. There should be, but there isn't, and there isn't really much centre back replacement at the moment either. Yeah, there's Joe Gomez, but it's not crazy reinforcements in the.
Where we had this conversation on Tuesday. What were we saying? Gomez can't be.
No, but I'm saying that doesn't mean the players still.
Another start of a clean sheet. Just saying.
That's the thing. That was my thing when I was speaking to you yesterday. My biggest
Salah Darling, by the way.
Yeah, he's
middle name.
But my thing is,
why is he calling him by his middle name? Have I missed something?
He's doing the.
You don't respect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my thing is, right, like, let's just keep it above. You can't change. If Slot was to say, do you know what? I'm gonna drop these 4 or 5 players that are playing poorly. I'm bringing was taken out, and then Chiesa was put in. Let's say Van Dijk was taken out, and let's say that Gomez was put in. Let's say that Endo was put in for Konate because he's had a poor start to the season as well. And let's say Gyokeres and Robertson, who nobody rated 4 months ago, now is now replaced. Nobody would be happy with Slot. Everybody would think, "My God, what are you doing? Head's gone, and you won't win games." And I know that's what would happen, but listen,
because you're not winning. We weren't winning games anyway, and we're not winning games. So.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think people would be more upset. You always.
I think that's an opinion thing, though, Lee. Man. I think that's an opinion.
But Monch, let's be facts. You always have a base level of players. You always have a base level of players and a base trust group that you send them out there, you do the job. It's not farcical for me to think that my senior players and my captain, my vice captain on the pitch, whoever it is going to go out there and perform. If they're down in tools, now it could be the manager's fault or it's the players' fault. I think the players need to take a lot more slack. That's just my personal opinion.
I think the players need to take responsibility, but the manager, I think, has sabotaged this team.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think his tactics are diabolical. But
watch us every weekly, and it's bad, bro.
So does Liverpool Lee.
He doesn't have the best man management either. So that's another.
Well, we say that, but you never know behind closed doors.
And again, I don't understand that because Szoboszlai is playing well. There are players in that team.
Szoboszlai's gonna run. So Szoboszlai will run for a woman who cheated on him. Like he'll run for. Szoboszlai will run for as long as that. Szoboszlai will run his heart out. So Szoboszlai got cheated on, guys. For anyone says that.
So what you're saying is, what you're saying is that there are some players who are not down in tools and actually have a little bit of moral compass about them.
Yeah. Because I remember, I even said, because you say you watch my content all the time, but bro, like I've said, like I don't even like the fact that certain players that come out here smiling when I don't like that because it's
crazy, bro.
Like, because it's like, well, how far are you willing to go to get what you want, kind of thing? Because that damages the badge ultimately. Even though we know, even if you believe long term, the guy's not the right one. He's not the right guy to be in charge. Yeah, like it's difficult, and as fans, we're the ones who suffer whether you want the manager there or not. So,
well, again, that's my was. I just think it's crazy to say on one side of your mouth you love the club, and then the other side of your mouth or your actions to down tools. I just think
I don't think Salah's down tools though. I don't think.
No. I'm talking about generally your senior players. I think my mind blows when I see that kind of stuff. So
I think Salah's just been that shit. I think he's generally trying and just doing shit.
I was gonna say, do you ever down tools at work and stuff?
I don't say I love work.
As in, like, I don't say I love work. But like, I think like for me, it's just like I don't sometimes expect people to be like they're still humans. Do you know what I mean? They still have normal human emotions and stuff like that. So I hear what you're saying. If we're saying that basically Salah should show more respect to Liverpool, I guess to me, it's like it's not really my call because I'm not a Liverpool fan. Do you see what I mean? So when we're talking about that level of respect to the club and stuff like that, it's not for me to say whether he's disrespected the club. I can have my objective opinion about whether he's disrespected Slaughter. But if we're talking about the club, I mean, I'm not. I don't really have.
You can look at you can look at something on a piece of paper and objectively look at something and think, right, this is right or this is wrong. I don't need to look at a piece of paper and say to be a fan of a club. Perfect example, right? Let's just say somebody goes to prison because on a piece of paper they've gone to prison. We then find out the reason they've gone to prison. Wait, no, the reason why because they was attacked by some guy and then they killed him. We're going to look at that guy that's gone to prison a little bit differently because he's actually tried to.
So are you insinuating we don't have enough information about the situation?
No,
probably not.
I think we've got enough to have a based opinion. We don't have to be Liverpool fans to look at it and think, well, we see what's going on. Liverpool fans don't know all that stuff. They don't know. Munch doesn't know everything. He knows more than me. Of course he does. He doesn't know everything. So he can't form the full based opinion. He's going off his opinion of what he knows, which is more than me. I'm going off facts on a piece of paper, and I'm looking at the levels of service, the amount of goals, the amount of assists, the performance he's done, everything he's done for the community, all of these things that I've researched for myself to find out about Mo Salah as a person, his contributions on and off the pitch. And then I'm looking at what he's doing now and what he said. He said he loves the club and he's down tools, in my opinion, with his actions. I don't think that's right.
Salah hasn't down tools.
I think he
need a down tool this life.
I think he has partial.
Yeah, I mean, I need to escape. Anyways, people, we might maybe we'll see. No one's live, innit? I might as well just read out to Hooks. Just smashing that freight in there and hashtag Hooks out. There we go. Love.
Yeah.